Hello and welcome to Cricket Happenings, dear friends and subscribers. We have a lot on the plate today. One is going to do the preview of the third test match, which is coming up between India and England uh, at Trent Bridge in Nottingham. So I'll be doing a brief preview of that, and then we'll also have a look at an exciting match that happened. It was a high scorer in the Caribbean Premier League, where the two teams that were contesting were the it was the ninth match of the Caribbean Premier League. We had a very high scoring match there. The match was between St. Lucia Stars and Trinbago Nitrados. St. Lucia Stars the bat totally dominating the ball there. St. Lucia Stars making 212 for 2 and Trinbago Nitrados winning the match with one ball remaining. What a match that was. It was really full of super excitement according to me. And then we have a look at some cricket news. Well, I have to start off by saying, just start off with the cricket news by saying that former Pakistan opening batsman Nasir Jamshed has been banned for 10 years as he has been found guilty, and he has been given a 10-year ban from cricket by the Pakistan Cricket Board. So he can't play any cricket, in any form of cricket for 10 years for doing such a whatever he did. And also, one would remember that Nasir Jamshed was a part of the Pakistan team in the 2015 World Cup. Very sad, but that is the case. It's like trespassers will be prosecuted, and that's what precisely has happened, where Nasir Jamshed, the former Pakistan opening batsman, has been banned from international cricket for 10 years. So from here, let's get on to the preview of the third test match, which is coming up between India and England at Nottingham, at Trent Bridge in Nottingham. And Trent Bridge in Nottingham, normally one has seen, the history says that the bowlers have definitely done well at Trent Bridge in Nottingham. Now, as far as India is concerned, India are the ones under immense pressure, according to me. The reason being that England are 2-0 up in the series, and India are still trying to still searching for form there. So we will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at that. I'm going to do a preview, and I'm going to first look at the Indian team. Now there's been a lot of things that have been said and done. So let's have a look. Now what is India is going to do, because this particular test match is very crucial. Yes, India is to either India has to draw this match or India has to win this match. But if England win, India would have lost the series. So let's see what India can do. Well, the problem happens to be the first problem. Let me talk with the captain. I'm told that the captain is just making some improvement, but the problem for Virat Kohli, I'm told that he might not probably field in the slips, and that really says that Virat Kohli is not fully fit. He has the back problem. It could also hinder his foot movement also while lunging forward. So according to me, even though India are in a very, very critical situation right now, well, I would say that if Virat Kohli is half fit, I would rather say that probably Virat Kohli should sit out in this third test match, and probably Ajinkya Rahane should take up the captaincy. I mean, it is just a pure opinion of mine. I am no critic here. But I feel only because if a fit Virat Kohli plays, then one knows what to expect from him. But if it's going to be a half-fit Virat Kohli, I think that won't be in the fitness of things, according to me. Again, that's a decision of the board, the decision of the Indian think tank there. So Virat Kohli, so as I said, if Virat Kohli is fully fit, then one knows for a fact that India is going to get a lot of runs from Virat Kohli. But India's problem is not only it starts with the captain, and then it is something which is spreading. The the opening spots, Vijay and Shikhar Dhawan. They have Vijay, Shikhar Dhawan, KL Rahul. KL Rahul has failed. Shikhar Dhawan, Murli Vijay has backed the pair, and Shikhar Dhawan is also he also is not doing well, and his place was taken by Cheteshwar Pujara, and Cheteshwar Pujara himself has not done well. Now, what does India do? It's a big conundrum for India, whether whether they go for once again bring Shikhar Dhawan back, or they tell KL Rahul to open the innings. I think that's going to be a sort of a very tough thing, because the top is something which has to be very strong. So I reckon it would be probably Murli Vijay and KL Rahul still opening the innings, with Cheteshwar Pujara coming one drop. If Virat Kohli plays, he comes in at number 4. Ajinkya Rahane, the captain. Now the wicketkeeper post, as you know, Dinesh Karthik in 2 matches, he has shown some tremendous form in the domestic season in India, and that's the precise reason he got selected. And I'm afraid to say that Dinesh Karthik has not really lived up to the billing in the first 2 test matches. So Rishabh Pant, who is a young bloke who is full of vigor, and also one thing about Rishabh Pant is that he's in some form. He's already been in England. He has been representing the India A team, and that's the precise reason he's here. And I for a person definitely feel that Rishabh Pant should be replacing Dinesh Karthik, because Rishabh Pant can play aggressively, can also play the waiting game, and well, it will be his debut. There will be signs of nerves, no doubt about it, but I have a sincere feeling that Rishabh Pant should definitely play. He should definitely make his debut tomorrow in place of Dinesh Karthik. And if he does, I would wish good luck to Rishabh Pant. And then Ravichandran Ashwin, after Virat Kohli, it's only Ravichandran and Ashwin and Hardik Pandya who got some runs under the belt. As far as Ravichandran Ashwin as well, he has already got a lot of runs. In the sense, he was the one who could actually defy the England bowlers to a certain extent. Hardik Pandya is under some fire after because one feels that Michael Holding, the cricket commentator, mentioned that Hardik Pandya is yet to step in the shoes of the good all-rounder, and he feels that Hardik Pandya, so I'm sure there'll be a bit of pressure on Hardik Pandya as well. But the good news is that India will have Jasprit Bumrah back in action, and I think that is a big that's a big plus for India, because Jasprit Bumrah is someone who according to me is the sort of the kingpin bowler for India. So what is going to be the pace bowling combination? Is India going to go with Jasprit Bumrah, Ishan Sharma, Mohammad Shami, whether they're going to drop Hardik Pandya and get in Umesh Yadav? So basically you get a 4-pronged pace and swing attack, seam attack with Bumrah, Umesh Yadav, Ishan Sharma, but whether they would be tempted to drop Hardik Pandya. And I definitely feel that Hardik Pandya is someone who is basically tailor-made for English conditions, because he bowls at a decent pace and gets the ball to really jag in and jag out. So, I would still probably feel that Hardik Pandya should be playing tomorrow, but Jasprit Bumrah has to definitely be there in the team. So whether once again Umesh Yadav will sit out, it looks like, so I think probably Umesh Yadav has to sit out, and Bumrah, Ishan Sharma and Mohammad Shami actually continue. So Bumrah's inclusion, if he is fit, and if he is fit, to me that he has to be definitely included tomorrow in the test match. Well, so Umesh Yadav, and so it will be a toss-up between Jasprit Bumrah and Umesh Yadav. So let's wait and watch. So India are the ones who have to do all sorts of adjustments, and I think India are under tremendous pressure now, going into the third test match at Trent Bridge in Nottingham. And looking at the pitch and conditions as far as Trent Bridge in Nottingham is concerned, just trying to see what it really says. Trent Bridge in Nottingham, predominantly has favored the bowlers. So I am definitely of the view that Trent Bridge will be something which is really going to test India for sure. Now, and so basically, it's not looking very green. But Trent Bridge, as I said, has the reputation of being a bowler's wicket to me. So definitely, I think India will have their work really cut up. I mean, they have to really live up now, because, as I said, it's now or never for India. Either they win the test match or they draw the test match. They still could actually save it, but they can't afford to lose the third test match against England. And also we will have a look at the England team as well, as to what they, and one thing that is there is that Ben Stokes has been cleared of everything after that very long hearing that took place, which forced him to be out of the test match. And one knows that what Ben Stokes can do. Is a mercurial all-rounder, and but one really feels sorry that Sam Curran, who had a wonderful test match in the second test match, where he got the man of the match with bat and ball. I mean, he did do with bat and ball, and I think it's a very difficult decision. But looking at the way things have been, if you have a look at the England team, they have nothing to worry. So whether whether they would be Keaton Jennings has not done much, Cook, Joe Root, Ollie Pope is there, Johnny Bairstow, Josh Butler. So Ben Stokes actually slots in place of Sam Curran. Other than that, there can't be any changes. Adil Rashid, unless they decide to drop Adil Rashid and get Sam Curran, and I think that's not a bad idea according to me, because predominantly Trent Bridge is something which really favors the seamers. I thought that was not a bad idea. They could have probably had Sam Curran, because Sam Curran in his current form looks ominous according to me, and one would feel that they could probably afford to drop Adil Rashid and probably keep Sam Curran in the mix, so that on a bowling wicket, I think they would have a very strong bowling attack there. Chris Woke, Stuart Broad, James Anderson, Ben Stokes and Sam Curran. Whether they would be tempted, I don't know, because I sincerely feel, because of this Trent Bridge wicket with the traditional offerings that it does, I would strongly plump for Sam Curran in the side at the expense of Adil Rashid. But no offense to Adil Rashid, he is a wonderful all-rounder, but I think in this particular test they could probably plump in for Sam Curran. Again, as I said, I'm not a critic. I'm just doing my own show. I'm just airing my opinion. I'm not a cricket expert. I mean, I'm just a sort of novice in cricket, I could say. Well, as far as so that is as far as this preview is concerned. So India have their task really cut out tomorrow when they face England in the Trent Bridge Test in Nottingham. So now, as I said, we'll talk about the 9th match of the Caribbean Premier League. It's going to be a skimmer. I mean, if you look at that match, it was a high-scoring match. St. Lucia Stars batted first, and David Warner cracked 72 unbeaten runs of 55 deliveries, which included 4 fours and 3 sixes. So it was a very high-scoring match. Rakeem Cornwall, the tall batsman, I mean, when one was seeing it, when David Warner and Rakeem Cornwall are at the crease, it was the long and short of it. The long one was Rakeem Cornwall, who is heavily built, and he's a very tall guy. And then David Warner, the diminutive David Warner, and it was a real sort of a funny sight to see a tall guy and a sort of a guy who was pocket size there. It was really a sort of a real scene on the cricket pitch. So David Warner, unbeaten 72. Rakeem Cornwall smacked some huge sixes. In fact, he cracked 53 of 29 deliveries, 2 fours and 5 sixes. And the captain, Kieron Pollard, applied the finishing touches with a with a really punishing unbeaten 65 of just 23 deliveries, which included 7 sixes, 1 4. So sixes were just raining cats and dogs yesterday. If you look at the St. Lucia Stars innings, there were 16 sixes which were hit, and St. Lucia Stars went on to 212 for 2. The bowling did not make any happy readings. Searles 4 overs 1 for 36. Ali Khan rattled 4 overs none for 49. Sunil Narine 3 overs for 26. Gabriel 2 overs 1 for 28. Fawad Ahmed none for 22. But Dwayne Bravo was the one who got the maximum stick out of it, especially Kieron Pollard climbing into Dwayne Bravo at 4 overs none for 50. Trinbago Knight Riders were chasing 213 runs to win from their 20 overs. Did not have a good start. They lost both their openers, Sunil Narine and Chris Lynn, for 9 and 4 respectively. Munro departed for 25, but that partnership for the 4th wicket, which really had everybody talking about it, was a sort of a spanking partnership which involved Brendan McCullum, who made 68 of 42, 3 4s and 6 sixes. But the man of the moment was none other than the brother of Dwayne Bravo. Darren Bravo was simply electric. He crashed an unbeaten 94 of just 36 deliveries, which included 6 4s and 10 sixes, and he had a strike rate of 261. That's it. He was the one who actually took them to victory. And as I said, St. Lucia Stars would have probably thought that they had the match under control, but here was Dwayne Bravo walking in and crashing sixes at absolute ease and also boundaries. There was nothing that could stop Darren Bravo on that day, and he really hit Cornwall for plenty, 4 overs 2 for 52. He clattered Pollard into the stands a lot of times, 4 overs 1 for 52. Him 2 overs none for 23 overs none for 20, 2 for 21 for Mitchell McClenaghan. McCoy was totally thrashed. His 2.5 overs cost him 40 runs. And the man of the match was none other than Darren Bravo for his crashing innings of an unbeaten 94. Take a bow, Darren Bravo. And as far as news is concerned, I've already covered the main news where the former Pakistan opener Nasir Jamshed has been found guilty and he has been banned from international cricket for the next 10 years. And as I said, Nasir Jamshed was a part of the Pakistan cricket team in World Cup. He was the one who was opening the innings, and he was part of the 2015 World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. And other than that, the news that I have for you is Ireland, who are going to play Afghanistan at home after getting their official ODI and T20 status. Not official status, official T20 status, I would say. So Ireland have named a pace bowler by the name, an uncapped seamer by the name Delaney in the squad. He's in the ODI and the T20 squad. Well, that really takes care of my Cricket Happening show for today. Watch out for my next cricket broadcast, which will be coming up tomorrow, which will be giving you the description or the match summary of the first day's play in a very crucial test match for India. It's between India and India taking on England at Trent Bridge in Nottingham in the 3rd test match, and it's a very crucial test match for India for sure. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, it has been a pleasure bringing you this daily Cricket Happening show. Hope you all enjoyed it, and look forward to your company tomorrow on my next cricket show. Until then, it's good night.